Morning, guys. It is morning and I probably look crazy, but that's okay. That's okay. It's actually before 9 this morning, so I'm actually being good and talking to you just when I woke up. Had a little kitty coming in waking me up at like 8:15. Really cute little girl. Yeah, she wanted to cuddle, so I cuddled with her for like 15 minutes or something. I think if she had chosen I would stay in bed even longer, but I need to get up and get my pain meds. I woke up at 5 this morning and took my other meds, and it seems to be working better. My body seems to be able to handle things much better, so I think that is something that is going to continue to be a thing, to have an alarm clock at 5 every day. All day. Something. I am drinking my coffee and we're turning around. Sorry if you got nauseous. I'm drinking my coffee. Let's see if I can lift this in my Gothenburg mug today. It's a Starbucks mug. I actually have a second one. I have an Atlanta mug. I wish to have mugs from everywhere. The problem is I couldn't find this kind of style of mug when I was in California. The ones I found was, I don't know if it's the newer version, because we still have these old ones in Stockholm. I'm gonna get a Stockholm one too, but it's the same color as the Gothenburg. So I didn't find any cups of those. I never bought any cups. But next time I'm going to the States, or next time I'm going anywhere, if I find a Starbucks, I'm going to buy a Starbucks cup, because I kind of like them. They're really nice drinking tea out of, even though the tea kind of loses its warmth pretty fast. It's kind of nice. I usually don't drink my coffee out of that mug because it's a huge mug, but we forgot to start our washing machine yesterday, so we had to do it this morning, and all our coffee cups were in the washing machine because we have been lazy. Yeah. But this morning I am going to kind of figure out what I'm going to do for card the next week, because I have to finish the Monday and Wednesday card. The Wednesday card is more important, strangely enough, even though the Monday card is supposed to go up tomorrow. Yeah, but I have to fix them so that they have gone up. Hopefully I can make a Friday video too. And you have to see my nice little package. It's healing really nicely, but I'm keeping the paper package on because I don't want to get dirt into my wound. And I'm a little bit afraid that if it gets wet it's going to open up and start bleeding again. So I'm very careful, but it looks like it's working out fine. Hopefully it is. I cut myself on my other finger, on my other hand, just before I got sick, before I got to the hospital, and that wound didn't want to heal properly. It got infected pretty bad, and it wasn't until I went off my meds for a week that it healed. So hopefully this won't happen with this one. But yeah. Good morning, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. Hi guys. So I'm really productive today. I have made 2 cards, one that is going to go up tomorrow and the other one that is going up on Wednesday. So that's awesome. Also, what I didn't tell you yesterday, one of the things I got at IKEA was placemats. Those plastic ones, they're kind of thin but still stable placemats. Because I've been looking for sock blockers. I like knitting. I have been knitting my Hexapuffs, and I have yarn to knit socks for my feet. And I really like socks, and I really like knitting socks, and I have 6-7 balls of yarn of sock knit yarn that is supposed to be socks, and they are self-striped yarn, so they lend themselves better as socks. So I've been looking to get sock blockers, because then you get your socks to look much better. Sorry, I have kitty hair in my face. So I wanted to have a pair, and I went onto Etsy, and they weren't that expensive, but the postage ended up being more than what the sock blockers cost. So I went on and looked for DIY, do-it-yourself sock blockers, and apparently the one I was thinking about buying was actually made from IKEA plastic placemats. So I found the do-it-yourself sock blockers, how you measured your foot and everything. So I have them actually measured for my foot perfectly, and I am going to make one pair of these for Christopher also, and maybe I continue doing some for my whole family, so I have sock blockers for everyone. But to begin with, I actually just made mine. So this is mine. Maybe I should just do it like this. Here you go. I chose to have the black striped placemat. There was one more placemat that I really liked. Sadly, they didn't have any except for the one that was shown, so I had to take these. I bought 2 of each, but for my foot I am size 8, 7 or 8, something like that. I only really needed one placemat because I could put the foot on the like this and then cut it out. But I ended up using 1.5 because the first one was too thin around the this part. The ankle, exactly, the ankle was a little bit thin on my first try, so I made a new one, and then I made a copy. So I have 2, one for each sock. And if I really like making socks and I really like having sock blockers, I might actually invest in beautiful wooden ones. But to begin with, this was really cheap and simple to do. All you need to do, you need to be able to have a couple of papers so that you can measure your foot. The easiest way to measure your foot is just put your foot on the paper and draw around it, and then take all the measurements from that image. So that is the first and simple part. Then you want to be able to draw a shape that looks like a sock that has a certain measurements. I might put the link down below, or you can ask, if you ask me, I put the link down below, and doesn't always remember things like that. And then you just take your paper that you have drawn your sock, you cut it out and you place it on your placemat and draw it around. You can cut in these placemat with an ordinary scissor. I, however, have one that is a little bit more powerful, so I use that scissor, and it was like cutting through butter. It was really fun to do, and I think I paid about $1 for each placemat. So this pair ended up costing me $2, as I did a little bit wrong in the beginning. But if you are able to use like leftover cardboard or something to make your first try and try a sock onto that, you will see if your measurements are a little bit off. That was how I did it. I did it directly on the placemat, and then I measured on my sock and kind of realized that I have much wider ankles, so I should have a little bit more in the ankles on my sock blockers. This is also a good way of measuring your sock when you are knitting. You can actually add, instead of putting it on your own foot, you can put it on your sock blocker and measure. And as the sock blockers are made for your foot, I'm gonna make one for Christopher's foot, then I don't need to try his sock on all the time. Instead I can just try it on the sock blockers. And if you have like friends and family, you like knitting a lot of socks for them, you can make, they cost you $1 to make, so you can make, as long as they are willing to put their foot on a paper, you can make as many sock blockers as you need, and you can kind of write on them with a pen, and you know whose sock blocker is who. I'm thinking about actually making a little hole up here in my sock blockers, because I have those hooks from IKEA that you have in the kitchen. They just look like this, and I'm thinking about actually hanging them in my bathroom after I wash the socks, and I put them on the sock blocker, because that's what you use sock blockers for, is to, when it's wet, you put them on your sock blockers and you let them dry on your sock blockers, and therefore they will dry like your foot and look lovely in your cupboard and will sit better on your foot. So that's basically the idea. So I thought I would put the holes in them so I can hang them and let them dry over my bathtub. So that is my idea. Right now I think I'm going to sit down and watch while Christopher continues playing Destiny. He's been playing Destiny all morning. My head is starting to hurt again, and my painkillers, there is about an hour left before I can take them, so I'm gonna take a little break from here. I think I'm gonna knit my Hexapuff that I'm halfway through, because this actually doesn't hurt anymore, which I'm just amazed over. Usually my wounds can hurt for weeks and days, and but this actually doesn't hurt anymore, so I can actually knit. I have to be careful though, but I can knit a little bit. I think I'm gonna try to do some cross stitching later tonight, but right now I'm gonna knit some, and then I'm gonna go back in here and edit my video. But with this headache I don't want to sit in front of the computer. So yeah, that was what I did now. See you later. Well guys, it is time for bed. I have spent most of my weekend or most of my evening cross stitching, because my finger actually is healing pretty nice, so I just have a little one on it now, and mostly just to keep water and dirt from coming close to it. I'm gonna have this little thingy on my finger for I'm changing it a couple of times a day, but I'm gonna have similar ones on my finger for a couple of days at least, for a week, so that it heals properly and everything. But I thought I'd show you my progress on my head, my blue dragon, and my new needle minder. Oh, so I've gotten a whole bunch of like this color done. I actually got 4 colors done today, finished colors today. I got a whole bunch done over here where the kind of zigzags are. So that's, and here is my matching needle minder at work. I think I showed you these earlier. So they are from the same fabric as my little cozy here, and I got this grime cover is what they call, and I got this little one out of the same fabric, so it's like a button with a magnet on the side, and then I have the other magnet there sitting holding my fabric. So that is how that looks, and that is what I've been doing. I am going to head to bed now, so good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. Bye!